When Henry David Thoreau published Resistance to Civil Government in 1849, he was writing not as a professional politician or activist, but as a solitary thinker from Concord, Massachusetts. A disciple of the Transcendentalist movement alongside Ralph Waldo Emerson, Thoreau believed that truth was rooted in conscience and nature, not in conformity to laws or institutions. His refusal to pay a poll tax, a symbolic protest against slavery and the Mexican-American War, landed him briefly in jail. That small act of resistance seemed insignificant at the time, but it crystallized into a powerful philosophy.
It is not desirable to cultivate a respect for the law, so much as for the right.
Though little noticed at first, Thoreau's words traveled widely. By the early 20th century, they found an unlikely reader, Mohandas K. Gandhi, a young lawyer in South Africa grappling with the humiliations of racial segregation. Gandhi had already been influenced by Leo Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You and John Ruskin's Unto This Last, which shaped his ideas about non-possession and social justice. Yet Thoreau's Civil Disobedience struck a very special chord. Gandhi later recalled,
Thoreau's ideas greatly influenced me in my struggle for freedom. I read his essay on civil disobedience while in prison in 1908 and was deeply impressed by it.
The parallels between the two men are striking. Thoreau argued that governments are often complicit in injustice, and that obedience to such systems makes ordinary people agents of harm. He declared,
If the machine of government is of such a nature that it requires you to be the agent of injustice to another, then I say, break the law.
Gandhi, in the racial cauldron of South Africa, faced laws that stripped Indians of basic rights. Laws he felt were unjust not only politically, but morally. Inspired by Thoreau, Gandhi called on Indians to resist passively yet firmly, refusing to carry passes, refusing to register under discriminatory laws, and accepting imprisonment as a badge of honor rather than a disgrace. He framed this as satyagraha, literally, truth force. Unlike Thoreau, Gandhi was not writing merely as an individual dissenter. He was leading a community. As he put it,
Civil disobedience becomes a sacred duty when the state has become lawless or corrupt.
Here, Gandhi expanded Thoreau's principle into a collective weapon. Where Thoreau sat in a Concord jail for a night, Gandhi mobilized thousands of Indians willing to endure years of imprisonment. It is important to note, however, that Gandhi did not simply copy Thoreau. Scholars such as Bhikhu Parekh in Gandhi's Political Philosophy, published in 1989, emphasized that Gandhi blended Thoreau's emphasis on conscience with Indian traditions of ahimsa from Jainism and Hinduism. Thoreau's resistance was grounded in rugged American individualism. Gandhi translated it into a moral duty for whole communities. This adaptation made civil disobedience a mass movement. For example, during the 1930 Salt March, Gandhi and his followers defied the British monopoly on salt by walking 240 miles to the sea and producing their own salt. Tens of thousands joined him, many beaten or arrested along the way. The echoes of Thoreau's conviction were clear, but Gandhi's genius was to link it with India's cultural idioms of self-suffering and moral courage. Gandhi never hid this debt. In a 1931 issue of Young India, he wrote,
Thoreau was perhaps the first to declare his duty as a citizen to refuse to cooperate with an evil system. His writings left a deep impression upon me.
Gandhi saw in Thoreau both a precedent and a validation of what he was already intuitively practicing. Yet he was also careful to highlight differences. Gandhi observed that while Thoreau's ideas were crucial, they had to be woven into a framework of nonviolence and spiritual discipline if they were to avoid descending into chaos. Gandhi's version of civil disobedience was not only about resisting injustice, but also about transforming both the oppressor and the oppressed through love and truth. The influence of Thoreau on Gandhi did not end with India's independence struggle. Gandhi, in turn, became the inspiration for Martin Luther King Jr. and the American Civil Rights Movement. King acknowledged this directly in Stride Toward Freedom, 1958.
As I read Gandhi, I became deeply fascinated by his campaigns of nonviolent resistance. The whole concept of satyagraha was profoundly moving to me Thoreau's essay, Civil Disobedience, was Gandhi's guide, and Gandhi was mine.
Thus, Thoreau's seed of dissent, planted in Concord, was transplanted into Indian soil by Gandhi, and then returned to America to transform the civil rights landscape. Thoreau and Gandhi never met, never corresponded, and lived in vastly different contexts. One a recluse in 19th century America, the other a mass leader in 20th century India. Yet their bond was forged in the realm of ideas, where conscience speaks across time and space. Thoreau's assertion that justice is higher than law gave Gandhi intellectual confirmation of what his heart already told him. The resistance need not be violent to be effective. Gandhi took this further, creating a disciplined method of nonviolent struggle that could shake empires. Thoreau gave the world a philosophy of civil disobedience. Gandhi gave it life, scale, and soul. Together, they shaped one of the most powerful political tools of the modern age. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you.